Yeah, put it on.
Wait, it's Longhorn Westers. I love Longhorn Westers. Yay! Yay!
Back up so I can see you.
Wow. Hey, folks, Lester here. And thank you all for joining us tonight. We're so blessed to have you. I don't know what we've ever done to deserve you. You're so kind. I was sitting here reading some comments while that was playing through, and you're just the sweetest people. We are very undeserving, but I want to say thank you. I really do want to say thank you. We're not going to allow that. That is my friend from New York City. He sends me stuff on the WhatsApp, and he says, I love the Longhorn Lester jacket. Which jacket? Did you buy a jacket? I wish I knew this guy's name, but that is a really neat picture that he sends. That's the one that's on his WhatsApp. And he's the guy, if you remember, I'm going to turn this phone off. I can't have that beeping in my ear. He's the fella, if you remember, who works in an office, and he's the manager of his office, and he has all these computers lined up, and they're probably meant to be on certain cameras or whatever people in an office building do with their computers. But no, not him. He turns on one of them to Suits to Boots, the second one to Longhorn Lester's, the third one to I'm a Survivor Sanctuary, the fourth one to Hanging with Paw Paw, the fifth one, Life on Morrow Hill with Brienne. And he sits there and he watches all of these videos, and I'm thinking, dude, seriously? You love it, y'all? You love it? Bless his heart. Bless his heart. You do. You love it. But I was noticing that Allison Crocker says, hi, everyone from Tipperary in Ireland. And then I think to myself, wow, Ireland? What in the world, y'all? Goodness gracious, seriously. Today was a huge day for us. And if I look as tired and decrepit as I am, it's because I'm tired, old, and decrepit. And it's been a long day. Jamie's fine. She's not here with me right now. Jamie's here. She's resting. She doesn't have pain. I want to go and get that out of the way right now because people have been asking about Jamie a lot. And Jamie's not dealing with pain. She's dealing with a lot of inflammation, swelling. Is that the same thing? Inflammation and swelling? She's dealing with inflammation and swelling and stuff like that, but she's really not going through much pain. She does have her new teeth. I don't know how I feel about that. Poor baby. I'm glad she got teeth. You know, Stephanie and Brienne were trying to convince her that with her, if she has to get, teeth implants here and there, then she can have some fun with this and get fangs or other things they'll do with people's teeth these days. And I says, you're not going to do that. And so, no, she didn't do that, y'all. Jamie's a professional, even though sometimes we can both get on here and act a fool and do our thing with you all because we're good like that. Don't forget that by day, she still has to put on her professional face. And she can't do that having fangs, even though that would be kind of funny. It would be. But getting back to such a busy day, oh, Lord, if y'all just knew. It started early this morning when we had the guys come out who was going to, well, let me just show you. Well, it is official. It is the new JL Ranch property. That looks great. Isn't that beautiful? We are very pleased with the way it came out. Guys, we're not asking questions of Lester right now. Lester's trying to talk to you as a friend. And I just walked into the bar, or I just walked into the cafe, and we're all sitting around together, and we're all going to talk and get kind of caught up on stuff. And then I promise you, towards the end, I will answer any direct questions. But let's not get into the habit of screaming out and all bolding our questions to demand to know the answers. So I've already said that Jamie is fine. She's resting. She's not dealing with pain. So if we can say thank you, Lord, for that one, because anyone who's had to undergo surgeries of any type, you know that you don't like to deal with that pain if you can avoid it. And so she's not having to even take her painkillers. She does have painkillers, and she's preferring not to use them because she doesn't need to. Just simple ibuprofen, and she's good to go. She does have quite a bit of inflammation and swelling. I don't know if those are the same things or not, but I know there's a lot of pressure. She's talked about that word a lot, just having all of this pressure on her face. And so she's going to be fine. And then the J&L Ranch is some pretty big news, because as you can see, that K has been removed and we have a J in its place. And I'm really pleased with the work on that. The fella who we contacted, all he had to do was look at a picture. We sent him a picture of the K&L Ranch, and then I had to go up there and get him a measurement. And he kind of already knew. I mean, folks that do this, they kind of have a standard. So it would be very unlikely that it would be a weird measurement, a letter like that. So I went ahead and climbed up with the ladder and got him a measurement. There are 4 inches as far as the width of those letters. And so once he found it was 4 inches, he went to work, and that's what he came up with. And I love the way that the J really matches the L as far as the little cuts and the corners. And then, of course, he came out today and went up in the tractor and welded. Well, he had to take the grinder and cut the K down. So we have a big old K. I could not think to myself what to do with it. Kim, my sister Kim, is the only K that I know. There's no other K's as far as last names that I know of. So we have a big old letter K that I'll figure out what to do with. But right now he went ahead and welded up the J. And then he went ahead and put a coat of paint over it, over the entire thing. So the J&L Ranch, it is official. It's beautiful. And now that the sign's all painted, we have, well, the second thing, I don't actually have a video of this. You'll have to wait until I have time to put it into a video. But as I was getting ready to leave the J&L today, in rolls in. Okay, up rolls the. That's what happens when my brain works faster than my mouth. The guy who's going to work on the fencing, he rolls in with his RV, with their tractor, with all of their equipment. 2 big loads of stuff showed up today. And I says, Bud, you do know it's going to rain this week, right? And he says, I know. He goes, but me and my crew, we work through the rain. And I says, yeah, but we don't want ruts all over our pasture if we can help it. And I says, secondly, how are you guys going to paint and do concrete and all that you have to do in the rain? Anyway, he goes, if it gets to be where we can't, then we'll obviously go ahead and, call it a day. But the problem is when they come to a job, they come ready to get it knocked out. So there are guys over at the J&L property right now, and they are biting at the bit for first light. And they're going to get started on our fencing. We have 2,575 feet of fencing that's going to go up. And that's not only the post. Every post is going to be a 4x4. It's going to be 2 foot in the ground, leaving a 6 foot out of the ground. We will put a 2x6 along the top, like a big solid 2x6. All of those posts and that 2x6 along the top will be painted black. Yeah, we're going to have the J&L is going to be like an outlaw type ranch. It's going to be like an outlaw type place. And for good reason, for all of the Longhorns and as naughty as they are, and then all of the conduct that happens right there in the front of our property. You already know what I'm talking about, the bobbing for apples and whatnot, along with the people that park to go hang out. I'm just going to call it hang out at the truck stop. Yeah, we're just going to be like the naughtiest ranch. We're not going to do all that white, pretty paint like I'm a Survivor. We're not going to just kind of do a neutral brown stain like here at Longhorn Legends. We're just going to go black. We're just going to black it out. J&L Ranch. And so all of those posts will be painted with a dark black like that over there. And then this is going to be the most beautiful thing. The barbed wire is also black barbed wire. Guys, I think it's going to look really, really neat. I predict it's going to have a unique look because you don't see that very often. And we are really excited about it. And getting that J put on there, finally made it official. And would you believe that on Google, this is the craziest thing. I don't know how this happens. Give me a moment to show you all something. I don't know how this is even possible. And please, God, tell me I'm not on mute. Because, yeah, that happens sometimes. Let me show y'all something. I'm not saying it too loud. I want to show y'all something if it'll pull up. Well, hold on. I got to type in the right address first. Give me one moment. There we go. I think I found it. Okay, please, Lord, show me. Babe? Can you do me a favor? If you can take a screenshot of your maps where it says J&L and text it to me. So what I was going to show you, and I'll still see if I can, but Jamie and I were doing something with our maps on our phone. I believe it was Google Maps or I don't know, Apple Maps, whatever. And would you believe that when we were mapping directions from somewhere to somewhere, it actually pulled up as J&L Ranch? And I'm like, what? How did that happen? Because we've not tried to register it. We haven't gone to Google or to Apple or to MapQuest or anybody, however y'all do that. We haven't done on any of those things. And somehow it pulls up as J&L Ranch. And I don't get that. I don't know how that's possible. But Jamie's going to, you find it? It's gone. It's gone. It is gone because on mine it's not there anymore. Well, that's just great, Jamie. We angered somebody. Talking about angering people, y'all. Talking about angering people. Angry people. Let me show you all something. If you can give me 30 seconds, I want to show you something, and we're going to talk a little bit about it. But as you can see, I am in great spirits. Let me go ahead and hide that J&L so I can become bigger. So as you can see, I am in great spirits. I have no animosity, no anger in my heart. And if I do, you would never know it because I'm going to keep that hidden this year as best I can. But I do want to talk about something, and then I want your opinions on it. So are you ready for this? So like I said, I'm looking for something, and I want your opinions on it. So here we go. Off with technical difficulties already. Okay, so real fast, just let me give you a little bit of a back story. So we've been talking a lot lately about the new year and about if we want to see a change, then we have to first become that change. We have to be the change that we want to see in other people. I think that's how the expression goes. Be the change that you want to see in others or whatever, right? Okay, so I told Jamie, man, we're going to start off this new year. We're just going to rock it. We're just going to just give everything we got to I'm a Survivor Sanctuary, which is where we all started and how we all made your acquaintance. We're going to come out with some positivity. We're going to highlight and showcase all of the babies who have come and just really created a legacy for others to follow and for us to be inspired by. Man, we were off to a great start. And I begin to notice something, that there might be some people that just cannot handle seeing you in a good mood. And so I begin to kind of politely address it. Oh man, I was so polite. And I said, hey guys, do us a favor, could you? And if we want to make the page a positive place, let's keep all of the comments positive. And let's just be uplifting of each other. And let's just kind of share our stories and support each other. And if we make a mistake, by all means, man, let us know in a nice, kind way of something we could do to change it around. Right? We want to be the change that we want to see in others. And it's going to start with us, y'all. It's going to start with us. And I think that we've done a real good job. I think we've done a great job in trying to be positive and uplifting despite some of our setbacks. And we have daily setbacks, joint pains and muscle aches, and poor Jamie with all that she's going through. We're trying to be really positive. And then today, man, this happens. Just watch, y'all. Just watch. I'm not mad. I am not mad.
I want to show y'all something really cute, but I can't if my goggles are not going to work for me, dang
Get
it.
ready.
Come on, Lester Morrow. Figure this out.
Okay. Now, I want you to do me a favor. This is just a screen recording of a live that I did today, but I want you to watch. And if you don't mind, could you do me a favor and count? Start counting those mean face emojis, the people that are just so mad at me. Just start counting them. Here we go.
Guys, I don't know what else I can do. Come on, girls.
Here they come. It's going to get bigger.
I don't know what else I can do. I got dogs with me. Come on, everybody. I'm trying to figure out my goggle situation. Come on, sweetie. Give me 2 hands. Give me a moment. Here we go, sweetie.
I think that might be enough. Right. I think y'all get the hint, right?
We're going to figure this out.
Y'all get the hint. Come on. Okay. So I'm going to pause it right over here. So what I did, I didn't address it at the time. I mean, in all honesty, I was having technical difficulties. I could not, y'all. I just could not go at that right exact same moment. And despite the technical difficulties, tell the person who's being so mean to me to stop being mean. I said, there's no reason to be mean. And so here's a lot of you guys giving me some numbers. You counting over 20. There was like 30. I counted over 20 something. And so what I did was just something very, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm doing this with love in my heart. With love in my heart. So first of all, if you don't know this, I'll go ahead and give you a little secret. If you click love or like or angry face or whatever face you click, it's only going to report it one time. You can't go on there and heart, you know, and it's not going to count it like that. It doesn't do it that way. It only counts it one time. So we appreciate them. So what that tells me is there were not 20 something or 30 something angry people. It wasn't. It will show you every time they hit that little button, it'll show you, but it's not going to record those. So that means out of these 7 sweet individuals, 6 out of these 6 sweet individuals who hit that mean face, one of them didn't just hit it one time. They all hit it one time because it recorded them as hitting it one time. But they actually, one of them hit it multiple times. Let me just, until my little old fingers get tired, I'm just going to click that mean face as many times as I can until my little old fingers get tired. So, Darlene Jenkins, I love you, ma'am. I clicked on your profile to look at you, and you look so sweet. Jackie LR. Now, I'm going to just say this, and I might be wrong, but your profile's a little suspicious, a little sus, as the kids say. It's kind of sus because I don't really know if you're a real person or not. I don't know if you're really a real person. But nonetheless, whoever you are, you might have pressed the wrong button accidentally. Bonnie, once again, you look way too sweet. I looked at you, Bonnie. I looked at your friends. I saw your family. And you look like a sweet lady. You look like a Christian lady. Karen, now you didn't show a picture of yourself. I wish you would have. All you had was a silhouette. But you seem like you have some nice friends. They say nice things to you in your comments. Gillian and Liz. I couldn't find your profile pictures either. You have other things there instead. But here's what I want to say politely and kindly. Ladies, you sweet Christian ladies, you. Could y'all not do that anymore? Could you not do that anymore? I mean, there's not a reason to. I don't know what would be the reason to do that. I don't understand. But what I will do, ladies, Darlene, Jackie, Bonnie, Karen, Gillian, and Liz, is I'm just going to save this right over here. And I'm going to start looking at every video we make. And if your name keeps popping up as being the one who keeps doing that, oh, shame on you. Shame on you. There. I hope I handled that politely and nicely. There's not a reason for mean faces, y'all. We're not doing anything. There's nothing that we've posted videos about that is controversial. We're not doing anything that, you know how they say you don't talk about religion, you don't talk about sex, you don't talk about politics, you don't talk about money. Hey, guess what? We've avoided all those things. We've avoided all of those things, y'all. I don't want to say bye, Felicia, to all of them, y'all. That's 6. Probably 5 of those were accidents. Probably 5 of those were someone who didn't have their glasses. This is what I imagine. This is what my dad and my mom did. So, and the reason I don't want to just say bye, Felicia, and be done with it is because I did that. I've been doing that bye, Felicia stuff, and poor Jamie has gotten a couple of messages from some of those Felicias who are letting her know that they hit that something by mistake. I'm just going to smile and say, well, bless you. Bless your heart, ladies. They're always ladies. But bless your heart, ladies. But if you don't know what you're pushing, you should not be pushing buttons if you don't know what you're pushing. I'm just saying, because those do affect us. They affect us tremendously. I will show you one last thing. I did not take time to stick it in here. But if you think that Lester's the only one that's bothered by stuff, listen to Farmer Ben. Now, he is from Scotland or Ireland. Oh, my God. Where's Farmer Ben from, y'all? Help me. Help me. Where's Farmer Ben from? From Dosconi Farms. I think it's Ireland or Scotland. I know you know this, but listen what Farmer Ben says at the end of his video.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. There's so many laughing faces coming up, and I don't know what way to take it.
There's so many laughing faces coming up, and I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know what they're thinking, Farmer Ben, but I would say by all means, y'all, if you have to press a button, laugh at me. Just laugh. Let's just laugh, okay? Let's hear that again. I love this guy. I'm going to try to play that again for y'all. Listen.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. There's so many laughing faces coming up, and I don't know what way to take it.
There's so many laughing faces coming up, and I don't know what you was thinking. I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know what people are thinking when they're pressing those buttons. But I'll tell you what, I love that guy, and he is a very positive video creator. And he and I talk a lot. We talk. And I will say that our friendship is, I mean, come on, I've never met the guy. And we don't talk like every single day. But our pages are very similar in the fact that we have this similar numbers. And so I've made his acquaintance through you all. And he's just a wonderful guy. He and the other farmer, Pete, both of those guys. But we're going to try to stay positive. And if y'all have to err on the side of laughy faces, okay? It's only 2 buttons away from the mean face. So just kind of slide your fingers over a little bit and then just have at it. If this is what you like to do for a nervous twitch or whatever, have at it. Just make sure your fingers move over a little bit to those nice faces. That would be very nice, y'all. I think that I may just kill you with the kindness, the positivity. Look at Jennifer. Jennifer's like, man, I love this positivity. With her, look at her smile. Jennifer, you love the positivity. I am. I'm going to kill them with kindness. I'm not going to be mean. I am not going to be mean. There's no reason to be mean, y'all. If I can just kill you with my kindness, or I will just low key, just kind of. And we'll be done with that. Let's talk about some weird stuff that Jamie has been eating. But in the comments, why don't you guys put what kind of things you ate when you had surgery in this area? If you would, please don't say anything like I would blend everything up, Lester, because that just grosses me out. And Jamie has not gotten to that gross level yet. But I've jotted down some things. And that kindness is the best in social media. Guys, we're gonna win this one because I ain't going nowhere. I am not going anywhere. Okay, Jamie's not going anywhere, and we're just getting started. We're just getting warmed up here. But I will say, I've always said this from the get-go. Find your happy place. and stay there because you deserve that. Life is so darn short, and we really do. You deserve to be happy, and we deserve to be happy. And we are not the kind of page who's going to blow sunshine up the, you know what? We're going to tell you the way it is. And there's some things that are not always happy and easy to hear about. But we're a real farm, and we have real animals, and a lot of them, a whole lot of them. There's a lot of rescues here who have already been through, let's just say, hell on earth, their own versions of hell on earth. And now they're here, and we hope that they're living their best life, and they'll be around for a very long time. But we already know that in life, the way it is, nothing lasts forever. And sometimes good animals and good, they do die. Sometimes they don't, they pass along, and it could be from a predator. It could be from a parasite. It could be from an accident. There's just so many different ways that you could lose babies. I mean, I know that right now, a lot of folks have been very invested in that beautiful male alpaca, RJ, at the Arms family. And we love RJ. We've loved him from the time he was born. He's just he was, I need to talk in the past tense because RJ has passed away. And if you guys have watched any of Daniel's videos, you'll know that Steve, the little donkey, grabbed RJ by the neck and broke his neck. And so it wasn't anyone's fault. It's nature. Animals will sometimes tangle with each other. You guys already know that. You don't need to be throwing rocks at Daniel, ye with no sins. You don't need to throw rocks at Daniel. I've been reading some of Daniel's comments, and I get that you are hurt. You hurt, and you upset, and you wish that this would have never happened. Man, I wish it would never happen. I've never even met RJ, but I love him through the videos, the same way you love our babies through some of the videos. And if lo and behold, because of Mother Nature and how nature can do some cruel things sometimes, donkeys, if you don't already know this, donkeys can be some of the most cruel animals. As much as we love them, they can also be very mean. And I will add one more little tidbit of information on there. If you don't know the mating rituals of donkeys, you should look it up, because I believe, in my opinion, it's one of the most brutal acts in Mother Nature, the way the donkeys go through their mating rituals. And so Daniel talks a little bit about how Steve and RJ played around back and forth and, goofing around. And I'll tell you what, even though Daniel, I don't think he got it on video, they just suspect that RJ was grabbed in the back of the neck, the same place that donkeys do attack their prey. Donkeys will use their teeth, and they will attack with their mouths, and probably gave RJ a good shaking. And that's more than likely how he lost his life, by a broken neck. And the broken neck part is confirmed from a vet's x-rays. But that's just so sad. And we have the Arms family in our thoughts. And I know that it's never easy to lose a baby, but it hurts even more when folks are not understanding and gracious, because you're already dealing with the loss of a baby. Like, let's just take, Mr. Huck, for example. It was so hard losing Mr. Huck, but even harder when all the fingers begin to point at whose fault it was. Boy, yeah, you kick a guy when he's down, y'all. Kick a guy when he's down. But, we do lose babies sometimes. And none of us, no matter if you have dogs or cats or goldfish, or if you yourself have a farm, that sometimes you lose them. You do all you can for them while you have them, and sometimes it's just not enough. So let's get back to Jamie. I wrote some things down. This is the dumbest thing that I have had to pick up for her. Have y'all ever been to Red Lobster, the restaurant? Now, of course, we can't go there because Jamie doesn't want to be seen in public. But I have to go by there and pick up biscuits for her. She likes the biscuits. She cannot eat the outside because they're crusty and kind of hard. But what she can do is take her finger and she peels out the entire inside of those biscuits. I think, babe, are those a garlic biscuit? I think she said, I think it's a garlic biscuit. And that's her favorite thing to eat right now. she takes her fingers, she grabs the inside of that biscuit. Y'all. She just like scoops the inside of that biscuit as much as she can, and she'll just, I see her doing that over there, and it's the cutest thing to watch her eat the Red Lobster biscuits. They're cheese biscuits, Jamie. They are cheesy biscuits. I think they're cheese biscuits with like some garlic. I think they probably take the garlic, little sap some garlic on there or something, because they do taste like cheese, yet there's also some garlicky taste to them. Interesting. But that's from Red Lobster. Around the house here, she likes to lick chips. She is able to get her tongue out of her mouth now, and she'll take tortilla chips, like nachos, and she'll lick them. I think that she likes the salt. I don't know why she does that, because you don't taste the chip in all of that. Of course, you already know about ice cream and floats. We've gone, every time that I leave out of here, I have to text her, and I'm like, do you want me to stop and get you a shake or a malt or ice cream or anything? And most of the time, the answer is yes. But what she does is she is able to take her regular size shake and only eat about half of it and put the other half back in the freezer, have it for the next day. So she's able to get 2 days out of one. So every other day or so, I text her and say, hey, you want a shake or a malt? I'm headed home. And answer is almost always yes. Of course, everyone knows that we had talked about the protein shakes already. She drinks those like crazy. One thing that I bet you're surprised about, though, is peanut butter. Yes, I don't get this because I says, Jamie, you're only going to hurt yourself. You're going to hurt yourself even more by trying to get the peanut butter. But, Jamie she can't swallow pills. She doesn't have the ability to swallow a pill. So what she has to do is kind of grind it up a little bit, and then she'll put it in something or on something. And so what she's done is learn to take her pills and put them into peanut butter. And she'll take that smooth peanut butter and she'll just kind of like put it on her tongue and just slowly try to swallow it. But I love peanut butter too. But here's the problem with peanut butter. I don't know if you are the same way, but does peanut butter not get stuck to the top of your mouth? And I'm like, for someone that's already having a lot of mouth swelling, pressure, inflammation, maybe a little bit of pain, I think moving your tongue around inside your mouth would be even worse. I don't know. But those are the things that she likes to eat. And I'm just so tired of being the nurse, y'all. I'm so tired of being the nurse. But no, my job has been fairly easy. It's just mostly trying to be here is what's so hard. Because normally, I would, if I'm going to get out and leave, I'll do my chores here. And then on days that she can, she'll go with me to the other properties. But lately she hasn't. And so it's putting a lot of, well, I'm not saying it's a lot of work, but you know what? It's easier when you have your partner at your side. I'll just say it's easier. She goes to bed early, so I've missed my late night movie watching partner. She doesn't wake up when I do, so I miss my coffee drinking partner, or I'll have to put off drinking my coffee till much later in the day. And I've done that a few times. Someone's hashtagging Nurse Lester. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's not play the hashtag game now. Come on. Let's see how we're looking on Mean Faces. I can just touch it. Oh, great. Debbie Nelson, Norella Robinson, Sophie Alexander. She has a middle name that I cannot pronounce. And Patty Oakart. Now, see, I don't recognize any of those names. So I'm just going to say, ladies, you probably are off to accidents do happen. I'm actually very pleased it's not more than that because, hey, it's the year of the positive Lester, y'all. Let's just keep it positive. So, all right. Well, I think at this point, I've kind of covered most things. Let me kind of go over in my head what we've talked about. The J&L Ranch property. The new sign is up and it's been painted. It looks wonderful. And then the fence guys are there. They will get started first light. And I'm going to say it again, weather permitting, because I'm just going to have to make an executive decision that even though the fella is gung-ho and he's excited to get to work and he really wants to just come over here and just bust it and just get he wants all of you to know how great of a fence builder he is. And I says, buddy, by all means, you get me something to be proud of and I will absolutely promote your business. And I'm going to get you 1,000 positive Google reviews. That's what I promised him, y'all. So don't let me down. I've not told you his company name yet for a good reason, because even though, oh, how do I say this in the positive way? Y'all remember that real nice guy that we paid to do a job here at Longhorn Lester's early on, 2 years ago, over 2 years ago? And he was a master fence builder. We wanted to have something really nice here. We wanted to have something really nice. And here I go. Guys, I just did not know if I could do it. I did not know if I had it in me. I didn't know if I had it in me. And so we thought, you know what? We'll just hire somebody. Now, let me tell you about the different kinds of companies. And I know that you already know this. Y'all have dealt with some companies that have very established, very reputable. All their employees wear their shirts, matching shirts, probably tucked in. They have a company van or a company car, company truck. So those kind of guys, when you hire them to do a job for you, more than likely, it's going to be done right, because they have a brand. They have a brand that they work for. They stand behind. You don't have to pay them anything up front. They'll give you a quote. They'll come out and do the job. And when you're done, if you're satisfied, you pay them what you promised them from that quote, that price quote, right? Yeah, we can't afford those guys. We can't afford those kind of companies. So instead, we've tried to find ways to, I don't want to say be cheap, but we've tried to find ways to find smaller businesses, new businesses, if you will, guys or girls who just want to have a break and to catch a lucky break. And so the way it works with a lot of those companies is you give them half the money up front. Well, first of all, you agree on a price. And once you agree on a price, then you have to pay them half the money up front. Now, the reason you pay them half up front is because they don't have an established brand. They more than likely, they don't have a very large checking account. They don't have money saved up from their work. And so they need money to buy the materials. They need money to do what they have to do to get your job started. And then the other half of the money you pay at the end of the job is what they do to pay their employees and to pay all the guys that have worked for them and for what they keep for their business, right? Well, in a very positive way, and it's not really easy to keep this positive, but you all know that we paid a company like that over 2 years ago to do what we wanted to have a gorgeous entrance here to Longhorn Lester's. And then we wanted to have that same beautiful fencing go up the driveway. And so we met a guy. From Marketplace. I think it was Marketplace. And he had all of these pictures of the most beautiful fencing ever. Man, beautiful fencing. And so we contacted him. He was going to drive out and meet with me. And we were going to talk about the project and what, all of the ins and outs of everything. And so sure enough, the fellow drove over and we met and we agreed on the price. And I gave him what he needed to get started. But here goes the bum, bum, bum. Now, remember, I'm still with a smile on my face. I am not remembering 2 years ago and getting mad and angry about it. I'm just going to laugh it off. The work that he promised us, it was just the slowest work ever. He would show up a day and then not come for 2 weeks. And then his wife would show up. His wife would come over here in her little Toyota. I love her. I'm just loving her. And she would work unloading cement out of her Toyota, the back of her Toyota sedan, not a truck, y'all, a sedan. And she would unload that concrete. These are 80-pound bags this little lady is trying to unload. And then the concrete would sit there in the bags for 2 or 3 days. And I'm thinking, if it rains or drizzles, or anything. And then one day someone would show up and put a few concrete bags in the ground. And it took, y'all, this went on for months, plural. You heard me, months, plural. What was happening is this fella did not want to work. What he wanted to do was have us fire him. That's what he wanted us to do. I didn't realize it. I didn't know that a person could work that way. See, he did not want to take half the money and never show up. He wanted to take half the money and show up very sporadic and just find ways to drag it out. And at some point, that's exactly what happened. It went on for month after month after month. We had discussion after discussion, and he would promise that he would be right here and he would get it done that week and he'd be right there. Nope, didn't happen. So to make a long story short, we ended up having to literally fire the guy. We ended up doing it ourselves. We paid Deontay to come over and paint the darn thing. We paid Mr. Zero, if you remember him, to come over and finish all the stonework. I finished all of the fencing. Yes, I had a chip on my shoulder and some resentment in my heart. But you want to know what hurt the worst? This is what hurt the worst. On his website, on his marketplace, he came over here, and we did not have a gate at that time. We did not have a gate. That came later. He drove up the driveway, stopping, taking pictures, and he put all of those pictures on his page as the guy that did our fencing. Oh my God, that's what really got me. That's what really got me, because it made me think, it made me realize that all of those pictures on his page may have been jobs he started, but more than likely they were not jobs that he finished. And then to add to this, this is the most ridiculous thing. I'm not going to say the guy's name because I try not to bash a business. I'm not going to promote him either, though. That Jamie went to visit a friend, and she was having some work done around her property. And do you know that Jamie asked this person, the worker, if he would be interested in working in the Livingston area? And the guy goes, "Oh, I worked there quite a bit, actually." He goes, "Mostly finishing up beeps jobs." Yes, you heard me right. The same guy who did not finish our job has done this to numerous people. Why is that guy not sitting in jail? That's what I'm talking about. That should be an illegal. That should be a crime. So what we did with this company who's working at the J&L right now on the fencing is I says, "Hey, bud, listen, here's what's going to happen. This is the way we're going to do it. I understand about the half up front. I get it. But I also have to protect myself." So whereas there was never in the contract with the first guy, there was never a date, y'all. We never had a start date or a completion date. And that was my fault for not having my legal hat on. And I never realized that what could happen to you if you don't include dates. And so I told this fellow who's working over there now, and I don't want to give his name out yet, but I will, I promise, if he does quality work. I said, you got to put me a date on there. You got to put an approximate start date and an approximate end date. And then put on there weather permitting, because I'm all about, if you have bad weather, I get it. I mean, you cannot work in the rain. You can't paint in the rain. You cannot do a lot of stuff, in bad weather. So he went back to the drawing board. He and his partner wrote up another contract that included some dates. And so if everything goes according to plan, in the next couple of weeks, we'll have all of that fencing finished up. And now he's only doing across the front of the J&L and then up the new driveway. I will do everything else that goes around. I'm not in a rush for any of those things. But as of right now, we can't let any animals up front because they can walk right out into the road. So I want to get that fencing up. I want to get it done right. I want it to look beautiful. I want it to be painted. I want it, and I want it now. So no, we're going to do this, contract this out, and we will. I can't wait to show off his work. I hope it really is as good as he promises. And you know what? You don't know. All you can do is look at photos of what he's done, and you just hope to gosh that it's his work. God, I guess if you think about it, anyone could go to Google or Pinterest and screenshot different fences and put them on their page and claim them to be their own work. We see that all the time with these handsome devils that message you all, ladies, who want you to friend request them, and they want to take you off and marry you and let you inherit their millions from these, they're all Nigerian princes from around all over around Nigeria, and they want to give you all of their money. Yes, the Texans lost yesterday. We we are very proud of the Texans. They have come a long ways from the last 3 seasons, getting less than 4 wins each season, y'all. And they've come this year, made the playoffs with a new coach, a new quarterback, a new everything. Everything is new. And so they won 1 playoff game. So we're proud of them. And they could not beat the Ravens. But don't forget, the Ravens are the best team in all of football right now. So what can you say? What can you do about that? You can't really complain a whole lot if your team loses to the best. So we will see. But okay, so Tilly has not had that baby yet. I see a lot of questions now. I guess that's fine. If you have a question, now's the time. Tilly has not given birth yet. I'm watching her like a hawk, and her tail is down. But I want to remind you of something. I don't know if you watch or if you know about Houston weather, but we do have some rain coming. And so that means low pressure, barometric pressure. And everyone knows that when the barometric pressure, the barometer drops, which signifies low pressure, that means that most of your predators kind of will stay indoors. They'll stay, denned up, or they'll stay warm or dry, whatever's the case. And they're not as prone to be out hunting. So Mother Nature has a way to counter that. So in saying so, whenever you have a mom who's about to give birth, Mother Nature can sometimes hold off until the pressure drops, which signifies bad weather, which means now's a good time to have that baby. And hopefully mom can drop the baby, clean up the afterbirth, get the baby, help it find its legs, teach it to hide, let it nurse, do all that it has to do to give that baby its best chance to survive once the weather clears and the predators come out to start doing their thing again. So it's really neat how that works. So being that we have some low pressure coming in, bad weather, don't be surprised if Tilly does not drop her kid in the next couple of days. Now, don't hold me to it. It's not fail proof. It's not fail proof. A lot of Lester science is fail proof, okay? But that's not. And that's not really a Lester thing. That's something that I discovered from the internet, okay? Once the internet doesn't lie, they don't lie. All right. Okay. Well, I don't really see a whole lot of other questions. Now, of course, it's going by pretty fast. Little Gary's fine. Now, Candace Stubblefield. Now, Candace, I'm just going to let you know this. Look at her profile picture. Candace, if you ever get a chance to watch I'm a Survivor Sanctuary, you do know that I'm going live there every single day. I am. I've made it my mission. I went live on Longhorn Lester's every single day last month. So this month, I'm going live on I'm a Survivor Sanctuary on Facebook every single day. All right. And I'm doing that from the J&L Ranch. I'm not going to take your time and go live throughout the day 4, 5, 6 times a day. I'm not going to do that. But I said, you know what? If there are people, especially kids, who enjoy getting up close and personal with the Longhorns, that is a blessing that I love to pay forward. So I can take my phone or my goggles. Now, the goggles, oh man, don't get me started on those darn goggles. They have given me a lot of problems lately. I don't know why the goggles, they don't work when I need them to. But when they are working, I can get right up close and personal with those cows and those horns, and it's just magnificent to look at. And so a lot of people love watching the babies. They love watching our wrecking ball, who's also known as Jolene. And so there's a lot of neat things that happen during that 30-minute live every day. But I also swing by and visit with little Gary. And we'll talk about little Gary. We look at his injuries, and we look at how he's healing and how he's eating, how he's fattening up. So Gary's doing great. And that's kind of a daily checkup, a daily check-in with little Gary. And that is my entire reasoning for going on I'm a Survivor Sanctuary, to remind you all that not all rescues happen at the actual physical address of I'm a Survivor Sanctuary. I want to remind you that there's a lot of rescues here at Longhorn Lester's. There's one rescue, an amazing rescue, right there at the J&L Ranch. So if you ever want to check that out and see little Gary on a day-by-day basis, you check out any of those live videos from the J&L, and I promise you, you'll see little Gary in there. But no, he's doing wonderful, so thank you for asking about him. We'll talk about Sadie. Anyone that knows, we're having an issue with Sadie, and today we had to contact our neighbors and let them know that if our dog is bothering you, then we will have to bring the dog inside the shop at night. Friends, I don't know what's going on, and I don't know what's going on with that girl, but there is something that has her very worked up, and she's going to different parts of the property and just barking and just barking and just staring out and barking. And I wish I knew. So, someone says you should talk to Cesar Milan. Guys, okay, let me just call Cesar real fast. Cesar, hey, bud, this is Lester over here at I'm a Survivor. Well, Longhorn Lester. Okay, Jay, I don't have Cesar Milan's number, y'all. Stop it. Don't do that. Cesar Milan's not going to answer my phone call if I had his number. So instead, I go to the other experts, which are you all. And so don't send me links of Cesar Milan, who's a dog whisperer. Please. I don't know what she's off. She's not with the babies. If she was out there with the goats barking, then I would be able to figure out what's going on. But she's going to different parts of the property away from the babies. She's a livestock guardian dog. She's a Great Pyrenees. She's a wonderful protector. But something is strange, and she's going off and sitting in the corner of the property. She's been as far up as the road and as far back as the river, and she's just sitting there barking and barking and barking. And I've walked down, y'all. If you've watched the videos, you know I've walked down. I've looked around. I've looked for anything that she could be worked up over. I can't find anything, y'all. I don't see anything. So I don't know. Uh-oh. Someone just put in all caps, stop! Well, here's another one in all caps. She sees ghost. Yes, that's what I think. Thank you very much. I think that she sees ghost. I said it in my video. She has 6 senses. She must see ghosts, and they're everywhere. Of course, I was just playing around when I said that, y'all. You know the movie I'm talking about. Some of y'all will be too young to know about this. Jamie, do you know that movie where the little boy says, I see ghosts. They're everywhere. Oh, she has seen it. It's called The Sixth Sense. And it's when Bruce Willis, who was younger and healthier at the time, I think, was trying to help a boy who saw a ghost, and they were everywhere. Scariest movie I saw. That was the scariest movie I'd seen in a long time, because then I'm thinking to myself, I don't want to have that power. Please don't let me have that power. If there's dead people walking around, that's fine. I am not upset about that at all. Dead people, do your thing. Just please don't let me see them. I don't want to see them. So that was Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis? I think that was Bruce Willis. So there's people here who are now saying, yeah, Lester, I see dead people. Okay, I am not upset with that at all. I'll just wave, and if they see me, they see me, but I don't have to see them back. I'm sorry, y'all. The questions are going by so fast. I can't hardly read anything right now. It's just it's making me dizzy. There are people that say that my videos at the J&L Ranch are making them dizzy because I'm moving around so much. But you do understand that you have to keep your head on a swivel, is what we say. And if your head's on a swivel, you have to look. You got to watch, y'all. Those cows can come up on you fast, and you do not want to have your back to them when they come up behind you, because they can hook you. And if you ever get knocked down and get trampled, that would not be a good thing. So, yeah, the J&L, I think I take a lot of pride in trying to give you good quality videos. But sometimes they move around a lot when you're going live. You don't have the options of putting in filters to help stabilize your camera. All of the things that you can do when you actually come back home to edit and build a video the proper way, you can't do it when you're live. You just got to go live and just whatever happens, happens. Sometimes you have issues arise like a bad signal or wind noise. Or in my case, I cannot seem to link my goggles, my Ray-Ban goggles, they're recording device goggles. I cannot keep them linked to my phone. There's some kind of interference that happens. Sometimes I'll start off fine and 10 minutes can go by and not a problem. And then other days you can't even get the darn things to start. And then today, if you watched any of that live, you may have noticed that it went, hold on a second. I saw Vanessa, and then she said something about my dad. Let me see if I can catch Vanessa's comment. Vanessa, I'm so sorry. It went by so darn fast. So, yeah, I'm not going to be able to catch it. Vanessa, sorry. Yeah. So no, so what you see is what you get on a live video, but I'm very aware of the moving too fast. I'm very aware of that. And of course, today, the problem today is that I lost my volume. The microphone here on the glasses also has a volume, a mic. And when I took the glasses off, I did not realize that it would not immediately go to my phone. Instead, I was recording with my phone, but I was still doing the volume through the glasses. And it was just a mess, y'all. It was a mess. So forgive me for that. So I'm trying to read comments. I'm seeing a lot of stuff about my dad, Pawpaw. I'm seeing some things about Jake. And boy, I wish I could just slow this down. There's not a way to slow it down when you're using the StreamYard app. But I wish I could, y'all, to be able to see what you're asking, because if it's a question, I want to answer it if I can. There's a lot of stuff about. I said, oh boy, Vanessa's back. I said, Pawpaw says we should pretend we're on a cruise if we feel dizzy on his videos. Now, my dad has never been on a cruise. I don't know how my dad would even know that. But my dad's never been on the cruise, so he doesn't know what he's really saying. But that's not bad information. Don't they say if you are on a cruise and you get seasick, you just close your eyes? If you just close your eyes and just no matter what the ship is doing in the storm or the waves, just close your eyes and just it'll be fine. It'll be okay. In Jamie's words, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine, y'all. It's going to be fine, or something like that. One thing about Jamie, I have not heard her say that since the accident. It is going to be fine. But my dad, yeah, just close your eyes, y'all, and just keep on listening. And that's kind of the same. We can just close our eyes and keep on listening. And I promise you, once the cows and the danger. All right, someone says Jake's butt hurt. I don't understand. Why is Jake butt hurt? Not actual butt hurt, y'all. That's not an actual. Whenever someone's okay, for all of the older folks who are older than me, there's an expression that says so and so is butt hurt. I don't really know where they come up with that. Kids come up with all kinds of crazy stuff, but Jake is butt hurt. Not his butt does not hurt, but Jake is butt hurt. I don't know why he would be butt hurt. I have no idea. Someone says, Lester, you should not close your eyes. You have to look at the horizon. Guys, I don't know. I've always thought you closed your eyes. Oh, no. Some lady, wait, lady, don't. I got to find that. Lady. Lady, she says, I closed my eyes for 20 minutes. And when I opened them, I was still dizzy. I'm so sorry. I missed that. Hold on. Oh, Lord. Hold on. Guys, you're going so fast. You're going so darn fast. I'm trying to see what someone says. Someone's trying to tell me why Jake is butt hurt. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. He said you and Jamie never comment on his videos. Jake said that? That me and Jamie never comment on his videos. Hold on. Hold on a minute. Well, I don't know. Hold on. All right, so I'm thinking that if that's the truth, then that's just Jake playing drama queen. If that is true, then Jake's just playing drama queen. Jake does not need my approval or Jamie's approval to be the best at what he does. I'm going to stay positive and say, what I did do, though, is I bought him a tractor. That tractor should hush him up for a little bit, shouldn't it? Yeah, you buy somebody a tractor, you expect that should hush them up. But I don't know. So Jake said that y'all comment on Bree's videos and not his. I don't know. I don't really comment on any videos. I try not to comment on videos. I'm more of a troll, y'all. I am more of a troll. I will watch just about anything, but I'm more of like that little low key, that guy that just watches and just see what everyone's up to without saying much at all. So no, there's no reason that Jake would be upset about that. He's just joking, y'all. Jake is a jokester and he plays a lot. But Jake is quite the drama. If you think that I'm full of drama, Jake carries a lot more drama than I do. I can promise you that. But I guess I will say this in retaliation. If y'all want to start a fight here, y'all want to start a fight, don't you? I'm going to say in a Jamie's like, yeah, someone says y'all are just stirring the pot. Not me. I'm not stirring no pot. I am. Well, sorry if I'm stirring the pot. Huh? Yeah, y'all, you should not try to instigate stuff with your family. And so we're not going to be instigating any beefs between anybody. I don't know. But I will say this. I don't know if my mom or my dad or my son, I got 2 sons who both make videos. And those are Jamie. Babe, when's the last time I commented on any of your videos? Jamie said it. You don't even watch my videos. And guys, I'm sorry, but I'm a busy man. I really am. I don't know if you realize that or not, but I am so darn busy and I don't watch videos. I say it again, Lord. I couldn't make that what you said. Oh, she did not. Yeah, I did not even know that she refuses to show Frida naked. I didn't know about any of that stuff. So I'm sure that whatever's going on with Jake is just in fun. So don't worry about that, y'all. But if he comes back with that, say, wait a minute. What's that red machine you're driving around? Mm-hmm. Who built that big old pretty fence out behind your pasture? Mm-hmm. Yeah, just remind Jake of a couple of things, and that should all go away fast enough. Well, guys, I don't really see any more direct questions coming through. If I am freezing on and off, I'm afraid that might be your phone, not mine. We have all of our bars on our Wi-Fi. Nothing's uploading to anything. So that's just a random thing. Yeah, I did show Frida naked. That's Jamie's plastic goose, y'all. Not to worry. It's a plastic goose. Yes, I did give Jake moo. Yep. Well, I'm actually just looking for questions. I don't really see any direct questions, so I'm going to go ahead and just say, hey, it is a pleasure talking to you. It's always great to have a few minutes to spend with our social media family. I'm excited for all the things that are going on this week with the JNL and Lord, so much. We have Jamie's appointments tomorrow. Her follow-up appointment is tomorrow, and I promise you, I will. Babe, is it at 3 o'clock? 1 o'clock. So we have an appointment at 1 o'clock, which means if I do go live from the J&L, it will probably be earlier, like around 10 or maybe 11-ish. And then that will have to be a short one because I want to get those animals fed up and then get back over and get Jamie to her appointment without being rushed. Well, my friends, until we meet again, which will be very soon, I promise you, thank you all for loving us and supporting us and for just being so darn kind and loving and positive. We're going to stay and keep it positive, y'all. It's going to be going to be a good year. You're not going to find us. And if you ever catch me in a bad mood, remind me, Lester, smile. Lester, count to 10 or whatever y'all do, and I will do it. Okay. Keep me in your thoughts and prayers. So can I go an entire year of positive? Seriously, can I go an entire year of being positive? Oh, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard, but I am determined to make it happen. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go comment on some Jake videos. I will catch you all tomorrow. Okay. I promise. Good night, my friends. I will go ahead and play this as it's going off.